Beans. Hello, and welcome to another Can of Worms episode of the Save It For The Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron, and I'm joined by...
Burr, 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 burr.
Beans. All right, no.
Beans.
Yeah.
Manifestation of beans.
By the way, you were doing a bit there. Hold on. Let me start you off.
Oh, Shrek. It's me, Shrek. I turned into a normal boy.
All right, no, I can't.
Yeah.
My voice doesn't go that high, so I can't do the entire trumpet thing. But anyway, I'm Aaron. He's Neiman, and this is the Can of Worms episode of the Save It For The Podcast. This is not the Can of Worms episode. I'm sorry, I misspoke. This is episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I know how to count. Don't worry.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Yo, imagine counting, bro.
Yeah, counting's it's crazy. It's a crazy concept.
This post was made by the Neanderthal gang.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sponsor?
I have my tea. It's already halfway done, so let's get right into it. I'm gonna get angry this episode because, okay, Neiman?
Please.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Is that
okay,
so?
Whenever we do a Can of Worms episode, right, I either have like a really vivid dream about something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm literally dying, right?
In your dream?
Like, I'm having some, like, last week it was water poisoning, right? The week before that, I had like a prophetic dream about something, right? And the week before that, I was like, carbon dioxide poisoning or something like that because my room was closed. There's a pattern here, isn't there?
Perhaps there is. Maybe it's all leading to one big thing where all of them happen at once. Who knows?
I mean, it's kind of happening both at once right now because, like, okay, here's the thing. I had a really vivid dream. 1, 2, my left arm is numb and it's hurty. And I don't know if this is just my arm being dumb or if it's a heart attack, but I don't know. I don't want to find out. But my dream was essentially me having to go through a forest. And for some reason, I had a kidney stone the entire way, right? And it felt so real. Like,
oh my gosh, wow.
Like, I don't know what my mind is doing to me. Like, my subconscious just wants to, like, mess with me 24/7. But so it's
crazy.
Like, yeah, and by the end of it, there was just like a white light, and I walked into it, and it was really cinematic. I like walked into it, and then I like woke up like that.
Wow. My gosh, I've only had so few of those dreams, I think, where I get to walk into a light and then wake up. Yeah, my dreams always end on very random notes, like just right in the middle of a plot. It would just straight up, end, and then I'd wake up.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I would never get to see how my dream ends.
Yeah, so. You just wake up like, oh gosh, darn it, cliffhanger. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'll never get to know the ending.
Never knew. You mean? Okay. I just remembered this now that you like said never know, right?
Mm-hmm. Speaking of never know.
Speaking of never know, I never know anything. Tiny bunch of big. Anyway, same. So, yeah, I was okay. I had a dream when I was like 8 years old, right? And it was like a dream where I was like racing in a car, right?
Okay.
And like I woke up in the middle of the race, and I was like, oh gosh darn it! I'm like, I forgot about it. And like 5 years later, when I was 13 years old, I was thinking about that, and I was like, huh, that was a cool dream. I like that dream. And then I went to sleep, and the exact same dream popped up in my head. And then like I actually managed to finish it. Right?
Wow.
I lost the race, but it was cool.
But you finished it, right?
Yeah, there you go. Even in my dreams, I don't get to win. Oh gosh.
Well, you know what? If there's anything I've learned, it's that if you keep losing, that just means you're going to have the biggest win of all of us right at the end.
There you
Something's
go.
going to happen. It's
I'm gonna win a whole ass $12 from the lottery.
Yeah.
Like the
12
highlight of my life.
million.
$12 million. Oh
$1 million.
god. The T just attacked me.
That's
Also,
what
there are
he does.
construction noises going on right outside my apartment. So I might as well close the window and once again come to the brink of death from carbon dioxide poisoning. Which
Yeah,
I'm gonna
maybe.
do right now. Haha. I'm tempting God.
Yes. And here I am speaking to myself because Aaron can't hear me right now. I'm speaking.
And so it begins.
So
My
it begins.
slow descent into madness. As
Yeah,
carbon dioxide fills my room.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully you can say that word by the end of this episode.
Yeah, there you go.
I hope you're able
Was
to
it during
pronounce
the
it.
episode that I couldn't spell, like I couldn't say carbon dioxide, or was it after?
No, it was during the episode.
It was during the episode, right? Oh my gosh, I literally couldn't say the word carbon dioxide. And when I really thought about it and like really thought about like my experience in chemistry classes and whatnot, I was like carbon monoxide. Like that's all I could come up with.
It's a tough word. It's a tough word. What can I say?
It's a tough word.
Right.
But yeah, do we have any can of worms topics to discuss?
Great. Great.
Great. Yeah, there you go.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular you would like to speak about?
Okay. Algorithms.
Okay. Algorithms.
Right? Algorithms. Whether it be the YouTube's algorithm. Please don't sue us, YouTube. Whether it be the SoundCloud algorithm, whether it be the Tumblr algorithm, because the topic was brought up in the episode, in the 10th episode, right?
Yeah.
With Alex Mason, please check it out. Where like she talked about it wasn't because people don't like her blog, it's because people didn't know her blog existed until someone with actual big blog status reblogged her stuff. And like that actually really got me thinking, like why does the algorithms of certain websites disallow new content creators from sharing their stuff? Right? Like that's what got me thinking. And I mean, there are a lot of new content creators out there that just like do something and then like give it up 2 episodes or 3 episodes and never look at it again. So if the like I'm not too sure. What's your opinion on this? Like,
well, I do think that it seems the situation seems very similar to a kind of notion of almost like the rich stay rich kind of thing, where it's like the popular videos are going to remain popular.
Like the really, really early content creators are like, at the top always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, the popularity sort of builds on itself, because the more popular you get, the more people know about it, the more likely people are going to share, therefore sending it to more people. And then it's a positive feedback loop, essentially, is what it is. So there's that into play. But then there's also, the whole, like you said, algorithm thing, which I quite frankly don't know like the specifics of how, certain algorithms work. But at least from my end, on the algorithm, I'll say, as a user of YouTube, the algorithm seemed to be very useful in its attempt to distract me since I'm
Right.
always clicking on, the recommended videos and whatnot, right? So,
See, that's the thing. Because I have like, the attention span of a tiny monkey, I end up clicking on certain things and I end up searching up certain things, and like that really confuses the algorithm. So I've been getting like, political videos nonstop these past
mhm.
few weeks. Which I don't want, but you know what? Those are what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but here's the thing about the YouTube algorithm that really boggles me, and not just that, like the advertisement system for Google as well, because like I've been getting support President Trump in this
Oh yeah.
whole with like
Yeah, sign
that
President Trump's birthday card,
oh
all that.
gosh, I'm just gonna if I could, like if I had the programming capability, I'd just send them like so many dick pics.
Oh yeah.
Just so many dick pics.
So just too many.
Just like too many
A whole
dick pics.
terabyte full.
Like a Neiman, you disappoint me. Just 1 terabyte?
Oh,
Like,
sorry.
come on, bro.
It's gotta be like a
I know people out there with 50 terabytes of porn on their computer, okay? Like,
oh,
one
I'm
terabyte?
sure.
Please.
Rookie
Please.
numbers, yeah.
Rookie. Those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up anyway. So, yeah, like, I was wondering why I was getting those kinds of advertisements,
Hmm.
because if you guys haven't noticed, from the previous episodes, I'm not exactly a supporter of Trump. In fact, I hate the
Really?
fucking guy. Um,
Huh. Who would have known?
who would have known? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What a plot twist! What a twist!
What a twist, right?
Yeah, there you go. But I actually did a thing and clicked on the "Why this ad" button
Oh, at the
right next to it.
survey thing?
Yeah, not
Or
like a
no, not the
survey thing, but
survey.
like
The
how like there's like a bar underneath the video when
Oh yeah.
when the advertisement pops up, you know like you skip the ad but the ad stays
Oh
right
yeah, yeah,
underneath the
yeah,
video,
yeah.
in case you change your mind, and there's like a tiny little 3 red dots
Right, yeah.
right next to it. I
Hmm.
clicked on it and it said, "Why this ad?" And I clicked on that and it just, oh my god, it just made me it just made so much sense, because like Google essentially was assigning genres to me as I was searching up certain stuff, right? Like it had my age on there, it had my like occupation on there, it had my marital status up there, it had
Wow.
like everything up there. Along with every single thing I've searched in the past, like colleges, politics, food, cooking, food. I searched a lot of food. Don't judge me.
I
Um,
imagine. I imagine so.
yeah, but like it's like, video games, influencers, I guess. At some point, I guess I've searched up influencers because, I don't like drama when it happens to me. I just like to hear about it. uh,
Straight bars.
Straight bars. But yeah, it had everything up there, and I was like scrolling down and down and down, and I was like, holy shit.
So it just had a list of like all of your search terms and
All of my,
everything.
like, not like it didn't have like the specifics of my searches. It just had like, the general categories essentially, and it was freaky.
I kind of want
Like,
to try this out now. I guess I'll check it out when
yeah,
we're
there you go.
done.
Like,
Yeah. I did not know you could have access to that by clicking the why this
yeah.
ad button. So I'll do
I
that.
mean, like, I did this on my phone, so I don't know if it's gonna work on the computer, but like, it was a freaky experience, and it just like algorithms, man. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about programming, but you know what? They're scary.
Hey, you know what? Next time I speak to my computer science major friends, I'll ask them about that
There you
because
go.
they
Please do.
are. Yeah,
Please
go ahead.
do. Please do. I would really like to like get back to this topic real soon, because like, I'm one of those people who are like overly paranoid about everything before they even like show signs of happening. And there are signs of, automatons taking over our jobs.
Yeah.
Liberal elite want to replace us with robots, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like, not to say I agree with those, but like, I still have, there's still the idea of we're not ready as a society for a total, replacement with automatons. Like, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs, and there is no safety net, like
Mm-hmm.
a proper safety net right about now.
Oh yeah.
Like, at the very least, let's achieve universal basic income before we get to the, replacement of jobs thing.
It's replacement of jobs, and everyone's gonna start speaking like this, like if Minecraft villagers could speak English.
Oh my god, you're right. Yeah.
This is what it sounds like.
This is more like those pillager guys, though.
Oh,
Like,
oh yeah, you're right.
yeah. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. My dear Steve.
Yes.
Do you have any emeralds right about now? I'm willing to give you a single piece of shit in exchange for an emerald. Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, I can help you with that right now.
Oh, thank you, my dear friend. Nice and hot.
Oh, yes. I
you.
had some nice beans before this.
This is where it ends. This is where we end this, little talk.
Goodness.
Like, oh my gosh.
We should do like
that's the podcast, y'all. Goodbye.
That's it. That's
it.
just algorithms and illagers. That's all we're going to talk about.
Algorithms and
yeah. Alongside our musical episode, we should do an improvised village episode where we just talk as villagers.
Let's just do like a what's the word I'm looking for right now? Like, my mind is trying to translate it from Turkish to English.
Parody episode, offshoot.
No, it's like something you do with your voice, like
vocal episode.
Close, but like, you're pretending to be someone else.
Acting?
Not that. Hold on.
Pretending.
No, it's like
mimicking.
It's like your version. It's close. Mimicking. Close. Oh my gosh. Welcome to another episode of where we teach Aaron how to speak English.
Interpretation?
No. Like your version of the thing. Like, you're doing a thing with this.
Cover?
Oh my gosh, it's so close.
Cover.
It's at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, hold on. Cover.
Okay.
Your version, interpretation.
Okay, it's like
rendition?
Rendition. Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. Okay.
What are you thinking of?
I give up. I give up. Linguistics was never my thing, even though I'm literally bilingual.
Like, even though I speak 2 languages, I just hate language, guys.
Yeah, I just like linguistics has never been my thing.
Exactly.
I can literally transition from speaking one language to another. Yani böyle bir şey yapabilirim ama yani hiç istemiyorum.
Yeah, just
there you go.
Here I'm with my American English.
Okay, that was weird for a second there because I tried to transition back to English as I was speaking and I couldn't, and I panicked for a second. I was like, oh no, did I lose it? Like,
yeah.
But yeah,
that's a good ability to have. I think if you can switch like mid sentence, it's pretty impressive. If you ask me. Yeah, I mean, I can't do it, and if I can't do it, that means it's impressive.
I'm with an ASB.
Yeah, exactly. ASB guys are so talented.
Yeah, the ASB guys. What was that? The ASB guys.
ASB guys.
I like slowly moved from the West Coast to the Midwest as I was saying that. Like, ASB guys.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, that's the nature of improvised accents, right?
Neiman. Repeat after me. There you go. Cool. Now I just want you to like, do a thing. I want you to scream right
Okay.
now. Human, scream right now. Because
Scream?
you're the chill among us. You're the chill one among us. So if you scream, that means the status quo is destroyed.
Well,
And the season finale is on its way.
I would love to scream, but everyone in my household is asleep right now. So
even better.
I can do like a whispered scream.
Sure, do it. An
Okay.
ASMR scream?
Yes, an ASMR scream. That's what I'll do.
Sure, you know what? Can of Worms episode, the 3 rules are gone. So
Exactly.
yeah,
So
let's do it.
okay, here we go.
Okay.
That's sufficient.
I mean, it didn't feel like a scream.
Well, it was, yeah, it was a whispered scream, so,
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But status quo, consider it
Status
broken.
quo.
Consider it broken.
Status quo has been broken. Oh man. I'm just thinking right about now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody might be listening to this in the future. Right now it's like the 23rd of June, I guess, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I often confuse June with July because it's so, close and I'm, tiny monkey. But anyway, like is June 23rd, 2020 right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's like, I'm just thinking somebody might be listening to this in the future, when everything has gone to shit or everything has gotten better,
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's no way for us to actually know if it's going to be either of those things. And like, I don't know, I just really like the idea of someone going back here to listen to us, I don't know, it's the carbon dioxide getting to me.
No. I mean, yeah, well, there's a little bit of that too, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. I think it's like, it's strangely comforting, I guess,
Right.
in, you know, it's sort of like that feeling of, living through history kind of thing, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, and obviously there are good moments in history and bad moments in history.
Bro, imagine existing in time.
I know, right? Who can even, right? Who can even,
bro? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's sort of this, I don't know. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like I don't know. It's like, when people listen to this from the future, sort of like listening to a time capsule almost.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh geez, we're slowly getting to like, existentialist cheesiness, yeah.
Yeah,
There you go. And we don't even have to be high for this.
Yeah, exactly. We can get completely sober while talking about the meaning of life,
There you go. Yeah.
Which,
oh man. I think I'm having a sore throat. What is going on?
oh yeah, you know what? I woke up with a huge earache that I still have right now. So,
dude, these Can of Worms episodes are literally like draining our life energy.
I know. I think
like
the worms are now one with us.
Yeah, there you go.
Ingested
the worms are
too
now...
many worms.
Oh my god. Okay, I recently watched a video about like scary spooky parasites, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was one where it like enters your body through the water you drink and like grows between your bones and eventually like its head like pops up. Yeah, no, you're drinking
I'm drinking
right
water right now.
No, it's in like rural areas, like
I got this from a rural area. Oh
no, Neiman.
Got this from
you got the worms. But yeah, like it like grows between your bones and like you don't even know what's going on until its head like pokes out of your skin.
Ooh.
And like when you pull it, it just like it's like pulling a string or something like that, and it just goes on and on and on for meters.
I just immediately got itchy listening to that.
Yeah, there you go. Like like the video like showed cartoon images of it, And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, as soon as I saw it, like my ankles and my, legs and whatnot started itching all over the place. It was bad.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Parasites. They're
Parasites are the worst.
they're the worst, but so fascinating at the same time.
Yeah,
It's very
exactly. Like there's something strangely, you know, I don't know, there's something strange about them that like, one makes you want to learn more about them,
oh
because
yeah.
they're just so interesting.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, parasites they're really a very unique type of organism. I mean, it's very much like, you're essentially relying on another organism for your own
Right.
survival.
I mean,
Um,
parasites are such a general term, like it can be like an eldritch creature living inside your body without you even knowing what's going on, or just a tick.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. It's very, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, there's also, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of source, or it has been a source of like many adaptations of in
yeah,
like video games and media, and like the face hugging crabs, from
yeah.
Half-Life, all that.
Dude,
So
okay, King Kong? Like the
yeah.
movie they made, like kind of with like, modern CGI and whatnot.
Oh, the new one, right? The one came out in like
Not the new
2005.
one, the one before that. Like, hold on, let me actually look it up. The one with the bug place and everything.
Oh, the Peter Jackson one.
I think, yeah, Peter Jackson. Yeah, the 2005 film. Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that one scene where they like fall into like a ravine, a swamp
Oh yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and like the worm things with the teeth, like kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, show
Come out,
themselves
yeah.
and eat the guy and like that kind of thing. I like. Okay, I saw that movie as like a child, and it was like disgusting. Like I was thinking to myself, disgusting. Ew! Oh my gosh, that is such nightmare fuel. But I want to get back to it. Like it's like a movie scene that I really get back to every once
Yeah,
in a while because like it's just fascinating to watch. And I like
yeah,
kind of looked up the lore, quote unquote, of King Kong, and like it said all these like crazy stuff, like as in like the I think it was called the Invictus Carnivores or something like that. I don't know.
which was
And
a type of bug.
no, it was like those worm things that like
Oh,
slowly ate
okay.
the guy.
Oh yeah, the gross
Yeah,
looking
yeah, yeah. The
things.
gross worm things with the rows and rows of teeth that were
Yeah,
kind of like look. Yeah,
yeah,
there you go.
no.
And
Yeah, they that's exactly how I describe. The worms that went to, that it's
yeah, there you go.
exactly.
But like I was looking it up, and like it said something like it was probably they were probably descendants of parasitic worms that lived in the bellies of T-Rexes, which died in one of those swamps, and they managed to keep on living and actually thrived in the habitat that was that hot, moist swamp place. And it was so fascinating to hear. And it was like they evolved in a way that makes
Hmm.
them like latch onto their targets and slowly devour them, and that kind of stuff. And it was disgusting and nightmarish, and I really didn't want to read it, but I really wanted to read it. So it was
Yeah,
like it's weird, man.
yeah, it's a sort of like morbid curiosity thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah, which I find myself running into a lot as well. In terms of morbid curiosity, I think uh I think there's definitely a lot of why people are interested in like the paranormal is because of morbid curiosity. It's sort of like, and like the devil, for example, is like
right.
such an interesting topic, I think, to a lot of people too.
Yeah, they literally did a reboot of The Devil, Paradise Lost.
Right, yeah.
Like that's the level of morbid curiosity humans have. Like this is supposed to be a guy who's like, cast out of heaven, evil person. Don't associate yourself. But people are still associating themselves with the devil because they want to learn more. They want to learn about stuff and things. And it's like, I don't know. It's weird, man. Like there are literally hyper parasites out there. Parasites of parasites.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I really like it. Really, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I know exactly. And it's it strangely enough gives you perspective on the universe, just
Yeah,
how small life can be and how big life can be,
yeah.
because what's to say humans aren't parasites on the earth, huh? Dropping the big questions. Humans are the parasites of earth. Change my mind.
Great. We're getting to this topic.
Speaking of parasites,
Speaking of parasites, yeah. I'm eating for two now. No,
oh
okay,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. Okay, that was a bad joke.
yeah.
By the way, we hit the 30-minute mark about a minute ago. This has just been like a haze. Like we. Oh my gosh.
When you said
Okay.
haze, my first thought was, oh, you mean like hazing that fraternities do? But I was like, oh, he's probably talking about the other haze,
Yeah,
like
like
the actual definition of haze.
yeah. There you go. Oh man.
You know what?
Top told me you gave great advice and some good tea. The key to both is proper hazing.
Ah, yes, yes, yes,
Ah,
yes. I did. You know what? It's
we're
funny. I just watched that episode
yes,
yesterday.
yes,
So
good.
I started rewatching Avatar just for the sake of rewatching it. And
Right,
I usually don't rewatch shows. So this is saying a lot because I
right.
probably only rewatched like one other show and I can't even remember what show it was. But I'm usually don't rewatch shows, but
But
I really had to
Avatar is the
rewatch it.
exception.
Yes, because I had just heard so much about it again, and I really wanted to re-enjoy it, I guess. And
Right.
I think that one of the good things about rewatching, especially after having not watched it for literally like 7 years, is that you forget a lot of the plot. So a lot of the stuff is genuinely coming as a surprise to me, even though I had watched it all those years ago. I'm like, oh, I almost forgot Toph joins the gang. You
Yes.
know,
Are you
even though
serious?
she was so memorable, but I was like, oh
Right.
yeah, that happens.
Dude, you want to hear about some like some trivia
Oh
about
please.
Avatar? Okay, so like in the original script, Toph never joined the gang, right? Yeah. Turns out the boulder was supposed to be the one to join the gang, right? And that's why he's in like the opening, the opening thing, earthbending,
Yeah.
right? But like after that, I don't know the specifics of it. Like it's been a while since I like learned about that piece of trivia, but after that, like they just kind of went, nah, nah, let's just do Toph. And I'm really glad they did because a grown ass man hanging out with a bunch of teenagers would have been,
Would
not
have
good.
been questionable.
Questionable.
Questionable, right?
Questionable. There you go.
Um, yeah, and also Toph just makes for a much more interesting character
Dude,
than
oh
some
my god.
macho guy.
Yes. Toph is easily one of my favorite characters in the entire show.
Hmm.
Like just, character wise, she just has so much character,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know? But yeah, like I finished watching the Avatar. Uh no, sorry. I finished watching Avatar The Last Airbender about like 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
Oh, nice, nice.
Not too like
The Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? Not
yeah, yeah,
Korra.
yeah. Not
Hmm.
Korra, no. I like stopped watching Korra after like 5 episodes. I was like, no, this doesn't no.
This doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, this doesn't do it for me like Avatar did, like
Yeah.
well, yeah, like, I had the entire thing about, this doesn't, revoke my childhood or anything, like, make me relive my childhood,
Hmm.
I had that entire thing. But I was, I was kind of at like a loss of what to do. after I was done with that, I was like, kind of, what now?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then I discovered Shira, the Princess of Power.
Oh yeah, the new one,
The
right?
new one, yeah, the new one on Netflix.
Yeah.
And like, oh my gosh,
Is it
okay,
good?
it is good, but like you have to kind of get used to it because it
Mm-hmm.
has like, because it was such an old show and they like kind
Yeah.
of they kind of
Like
redid it.
yeah, exactly, right?
So you kind
Yeah.
of have to like, grit your teeth through through the little sprinkles of old show, vibes that
Mm.
are here and there. But overall, it's such a good show, not gonna lie. Like
Interesting.
it just
Interesting.
I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain this. It just like, without giving any spoilers, it just like grasps your heart and twists and turns it in certain ways that you weren't expecting, like and for those of you who haven't watched it, go watch it because the reference I'm about to make that's gonna, make a bunch of people like groan and cry that have watched it right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna make much more sense after you watch it. Okay, I'm about to make a reference for the people who have watched it.
Great.
It's time to bake a pie. Anyway, so that's that.
Oh, you used that reference. Oh, I'm groaning.
Yeah, you
Oh.
haven't watched it yet, huh?
I haven't. I don't know what reference that
Okay,
is.
for the people who have watched it, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. That was such a good episode. Moving on.
Yeah. Listen to Aaron. He's probably right. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Man, it's a
Yeah,
good show. It's a
I
good
mean,
show.
I'm sure it is. I mean, yeah, I've only seen clips of it, but
Mm,
I probably have only seen like one episode of the original She-Ra.
right.
So, I like do you think it would be better to watch the original show first
No,
or
absolutely not.
okay.
Like, know that that show exists because it kind of makes references to that show once in a while,
Yeah.
and how, cringy and, like mainstream that show was. But like, other than that, you really don't have to watch the original. Like it like shows the entire plot. Like you get the plot without having to watch the show, the original
Gotcha.
show,
Okay, yeah.
right? And it's like two good things about Shira. One, it actually makes it's one of the shows that makes the fandom happy when it ends. Like makes the fandom
Interesting.
satisfied. Yeah.
Okay.
And second thing, it makes it makes conservatives really angry, so it's good.
Why? Because there's a lot of like liberal themes, we'll say.
And not really, but like it just makes them angry for some reason, either the art style or the representation or just like, in
Feminine
general.
empowerment.
Sure, yeah. Like I saw one, quote unquote critiques out there that was complaining about how the art style was different than the original art style, and therefore the main character didn't have boobs anymore.
No, no,
Yeah, the main
no.
character who's a minor.
Yeah, that's
So
right. She's young in the new one, right?
yeah, yeah, she is. So you know, if
No. How am I
if
supposed
the
to
idea
think?
of critics being, conservative critics being fucking creeps wasn't out there already, conservatives critics are fucking creeps.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, like
Yeah, yeah, and because as I take it, it's supposed to be a redoing of She-Ra, not I guess recreation
right,
or like an identical, just like modernized version. It's supposed to be like its own version,
yeah,
if I
yeah.
remember
It's supposed to be
correctly.
its own thing because like I'm not too sure about what the original show was like. I'm not too sure like what happened in the
Yeah.
original show, but
Hmm.
this one was good. Okay, this
Gotcha.
one was good. There's proper character development, there's proper growth, there's like, a lot of, redemption arcs out there that are
Oh,
really
interesting.
satisfactory. Yeah. And it's just like
Interesting. Yeah.
it's just good, and they okay, one thing about the theme song, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like listen to it, right? I like listened to a few seconds of it when I started watching the show, and I was like, no, it's not for me. And then I properly listened to it a few episodes in, and I was like,
Wait a second.
This is actually kind of, you know,
This slaps.
yeah, this slaps. Like,
Yeah.
we must be strong and we must be brave. We must be brave. We must.
I'm gonna pretend I know this.
Yeah, so it's like, it's actually kind of good, man.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah. I think, honestly, if you ask me, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but you can judge a lot of a show by its theme song. In all
yeah. Oh
honesty,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
if you just take a look at any great show, and I'm not saying this is causation, but there's definitely correlation between
Right.
their theme song and the quality of the show. Like I'm saying, like I'm thinking like Adventure Time, Steven Universe, BoJack Horseman, Avatar: The Last
I
Airbender,
mean,
all have great intros, and
I
it's
mean,
all correlation, of course. But
wait. Okay, Adventure Time is literally someone singing the theme, all like Adventure Time. Come and gather all your friends. Oh, to a very distant land. Like,
but it's catchy.
it is catchy, and it kind of makes you want to sing with it, and it has like the little banjo in the background, but like it's not like one of the best of the best.
Okay, whatever, fogey, you old fogey. That's what
Right.
you are.
But like, yeah, I really get what you mean. Especially like, okay, regular show doesn't really have a theme to it. It has like like the
Just the
title card.
yeah, the
That kind of thing.
yeah.
But like, that even sets the tone for the entire show because it's weird. It gets your attention, and it's like it just makes you inhale, like, oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, even with the title regular show, it's
Right.
just, there's already lots of questions. And
Like
that the two
X'd out.
main yeah, and that the two main characters are I think a blue jay, is that what Mordecai is?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, and a raccoon, I think is
Yeah,
what's his
yeah.
face is? Something with an R. I already forgot his name.
Rigby.
Rigby. That's his
Rigby
name.
and Mordecai.
Yeah. I was about to say Rick and Morty, but that's a different show.
Wait
Completely
a
different
minute.
show.
Wait. Rigby and Mordecai. Rick and Morty.
Oh my god,
Whoa!
they're the same. How could you not see it?
Debunked. Oh my gosh.
This
Okay.
week on Mythbusters.
Mordecai is the biggest simp out there.
As they say, right?
Yeah, as they say, yeah. But yeah, a lot of theme songs. This is true for anime as well. Like, especially like
Yeah.
most anime intros out there. Like, there are people who are really passionate about it, I guess is the word for it. Like over the top about it. Like, oh, you know what, you gotta watch these anime openings, and that's the only songs I listen to and whatnot. But like, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Like,
there's some really good ones out there.
yeah. What got me into anime in the first place was an anime called Soul Eater. And the main reason I liked it was because the theme song was just, trumpety. It was like, like it was catchy, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I agree. I think, let's see, what was the first anime I watched?
Mhm.
Ooh, wow, that must have been a long time ago. I can't even remember. I think the first anime I watched in full was, oh my gosh, I can't even remember. It feels like so long ago. I feel like I should know this, but I really don't. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. I just remember the theme songs. Um,
Please
but
don't start singing the theme songs.
I can't. I mean, I can't because most of them are in Japanese. So
Yep, there you
I
go.
cannot
Okay.
sing. sing it. I mean, I can hum it, but um,
No, that's not any better.
well, yeah, I mean,
Other than AFB, I can sing every song I have listened to.
exactly. And I was in the musical, so
Oh
clearly
yeah,
that means
that's
I
true.
have musical talent.
Other than the musical, Make Way, Peasants.
Yeah, my God, that it was an interesting musical to be in. My
Yep.
my last my last year at uni, which I can talk about another time because we were talking about anime.
Yeah.
Um, but anime, yeah, definitely again correlation. Not, I think it comes from the fact that if you can, because the theme song is basically the first impression of the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people who or producers and creators who recognize that the power of the first impression know to put in a lot of effort into the theme song. And the reason I say it's correlational is because if you're willing to put an effort into the theme song, then you're more likely to put more effort into the actual quality of the writing and the
Right.
production and the animation style and everything else.
So, needless to say, recent anime have all been shit.
I
Yeah.
think so. I don't know. I don't know a lot of
So,
recent
okay,
anime,
here's the
so
thing, right? Isekai anime is a genre that has really been popping up all over the place recently, right? And isekai is essentially you were living in this world and now you have been transported into a new world, probably by magical means. It doesn't really matter. You're here now. Fuck you. Okay? And guess what? You have really good magical powers and also a mentor that's if a woman really likes you. If a man, then he's like a father figure to you, but he's not going to be important and he's probably going to die. If he doesn't die, then he's just going to be an annoying side character all the time. All right?
dang,
And like you
pop
get to
off.
this world, right? From a world without magic. But somehow your magic level is over the top. All right? Totally radical, bro. And you just as soon as you just take two steps, every single girl that looks into your direction loves you.
Wow.
Why? We don't know. The only reason that's ever mentioned ever is, oh, he's really nice. That's it. That's it. No character development needed. No lengthy romance arc needed. Nope, you just immediate harem.
Mm,
Just like that, right?
hmm
So yeah, a lot of animes have been popping up with self-insert characters, right? And it's like there are slight variations, but one common theme throughout all of them is they're all shit. Now, don't get me wrong, not all of them are complete shit, okay? There's that one anime which is really comedic and whatnot, where it was something about a slime. I don't know.
Oh, it's
I
the monster anime? Are you talking about that one?
I think so. Yeah, the
I don't know the
guy
name of it.
essentially reincarnates as a slime and becomes really overpowered. That's
Oh,
pretty
never
much
mind.
it.
I'm thinking of a different one.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. I reincarnated as a slime, I think was the title of the anime. But anyway, like there are good animes out there, but recently there have been a lot of, bad animes out there.
I see. I see. I see.
One good
I'll.
anime that has finally popped up though, whose manga I've been following for a long time is Love is War, which
I've not heard
has
of it.
it has the most slapping theme song.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, it's just like oh my gosh.
Well, now I gotta take a look at it
Dude,
now.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just finished. Usually, my show watching cycles usually go anime. Well, yeah, it goes anime, and then usually after an anime, I either watch like a drama or
Hmm.
like a Game of Thronesy type series.
Right.
And then I switch to either a cartoon that doesn't necessarily have to be anime, or maybe it's just like a comedic show like Parks and Rec, for example, and then back to anime. So usually it
Right.
cycles between those three things. So it would go like anime, drama, and then comedy.
If
And
ever
then
you
sometimes I switch
want
it up.
if ever you want true drama, watch Turkish soap opera.
A Turkish
because
soap opera?
yeah, the characters. So, okay, the characters
Please.
whack, the plot whack, development whack, the setting whack, the drama's tight as fuck. So it's like it's just all drama all the time, you know, like a single episode can have one of those na 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 moments where the character just looks at the screen really longingly or something like that because I don't know, a loved one died, or
Yeah.
the love of his life was stolen away by a richer, more powerful version of himself, like that kind of stuff, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Is
And
Turkish is a Turkish soap opera the type of soap opera that's like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant with my evil uh husband's twins, uncle's son, and also I'm an evil twin uncle's daughter, and oh my gosh, my own twins are turning against each other, and oh my gosh, there's a war going on. Is it like that type of thing where it like piles on top of each other?
yeah, kind of, except without the war.
Okay, gotcha.
There might be themes of conscription in it though, because mandatory conscription is in
Right,
fact.
right, yeah. I will say a lot of Filipino soap operas, a lot of it has like a lot of Jesus in it, just because given how Catholic the Philippines is, there's always some sort of like supernatural, like it's like it's not Jesus, but it basically is Jesus kind of thing. Or like some boy who like died but is now like a guardian angel or something, who like
Right,
stops
right.
a bullet or
Like
something like that.
touched by God or
Yeah,
something like that.
exactly.
Yeah.
But there's always Jesus is always somewhere in there somehow. So
So
that's
it's
how
like
that
the Divine
goes.
Comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If in doubt of symbolism, it's Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
There you go.
So
Yeah. Oh man. Uh
shows. Right?
shows,
Here we are
man.
back again at
Shows.
shows. I'm
Yeah,
sure
there you go.
we've spent like half of these episodes of our
Just talking
podcast just
about
talking about
shows,
shows.
yeah.
We should do
Like
like a show podcast spinoff.
sure, yeah.
We can.
Oh man, but
I was thinking of doing a I don't know why I'm talking about this on the podcast, but I was thinking of doing a separate podcast of just pure movie analysis or show analysis, because I
dude,
think that
do
would be
it.
fun. Because I
Do it. Do it
I
on
did
this
it with
channel.
um,
Neiman's movie review.
Neiman's movie review. Maybe I will. We'll see.
Give it.
But I had just finished watching Assassination Classroom recently, and I don't know, I really liked, for some reason, the process of analyzing it and critiquing it too on some parts. But I don't
Right.
know, I really enjoyed. I guess I'm really nerdy in that way, analyzing. Like I definitely was the guy in English class who was like, "Oh my gosh, this book is so cool," and everyone was like, "I schmooped it, so I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, the half of the books not even half, like 80% of the books I had to read throughout my academic career, I did not read.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
Yeah. But like, yeah, your show watching process is really like clean and pristine, and mine is basically like, I finished an episode. Time for anime it is.
Ooh, yeah.
And like what in the process of transfer, like like getting into anime, I like see another episode of a show I really like, and I like go to that. It's just like me on the internet is ADHD reincarnated.
Mm-hmm.
It is the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't usually I would say I pretty much watch shows continuously, in that I'm finish a show before I move on to the next. In most cases, there are a few shows that I don't like. For example, Black Mirror, I've only seen like 4 episodes in right now, but it's not
Right.
it's not a serialized show. It's very like episodic and very
Oh,
standalone.
okay. Right.
So like you could watch any episode in any order, just because there's
Right.
no
Because there's no
overarching story.
correlation between them.
Yeah, there's no, because basically what Black Mirror is just they're all basically thought experiments acted out. Like, for example, the very first episode, which is probably is its most infamous episode, is it basically the Prime Minister of Britain has to do with a pig in order to save his hostage daughter. Take it as you
Okay.
will. So that's the foot. That's basically the weird. That's also the weirdest episode, probably of the entire series.
I
Not
mean,
all of the
hey,
episodes are
man,
like
I don't
that.
know what Johnson is into, so
Yeah, I mean, you never know, right?
yeah, there you go.
But I think the second episode was
Never know.
the
Boris had a thing for Trump. Ooh,
woo, I got
woo,
him,
got him. All
got
right.
him. Send that to Trump alongside your
There you
terabyte of
go.
dick pics. Or
Yeah,
sorry,
that
like
joke took
50
a
terabytes.
while. That joke took a while to get to me. But anyway,
Well, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's usually how my or
So essentially, it's Twilight Zone except on LSD.
yeah, I guess that's a good way to say it.
Right.
Yeah, but I think what Black Mirror does really well too is portraying it in a very realistic fashion too. Because each episode's like probably 40 50 minutes. I know some of them are like an hour long. So
Right.
really it's almost like watching a movie instead of like an episode of a series.
Mm-hmm.
Because each one is so standalone, but they do a really good job of like portraying it like as how it would actually be instead of
Right.
being like some sort of like sci-fi. um it's really more like scientific, realism, if you ask me.
I mean,
In terms of
realism
its
is like kind of a loose term these days, and
well, yeah,
it like it can range anywhere from, actually realistic to like everything is dark and gritty and everyone hates each other and that kind of thing. So it's
oh,
like
that's true, yeah.
is it like realism or grimdark realism? Like you never know.
Yeah, and you know
So
what, that's the thing, I think.
yeah, that's the T.
That is the T. And you know what? I'm always after every Black Mirror episode, I'm always surfing on Reddit
Mm.
because, like I said, I'm very much an analyst when it comes to my entertainment pleasures. So I'm always on Reddit afterwards just because there's a lot to say and there's a
Mm.
lot to diagnose and analyze in each episode and digest. So it's always
Right.
fun with Black Mirror. Oh yeah, I think the second episode was like a dystopian. Well, I don't want to say dystopian. It was like there was like a game show, but like everyone. Oh yeah, the premise was basically you had to work. It was super weird. It was like this high tech, like you had to work in order to increase your lifespan or something. And so the more like points you had was like the longer
Oh.
you're going to live, kind of thing.
Oh my
But like,
God, there was an old movie about that. Come on, Black Mirror.
oh yeah, yeah. It was like the Time movie. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Um, it was like, yeah, it was it was somewhat like that. I can't remember the specifics of it, but and then there was like this game show, and then you had to like pay to get in. It was like a whole thing.
right.
But it's like
That's
stuff
a
like that.
yeah. I mean, it's an interesting concept. It just really doesn't interest me, Like I want actual substance to deliver the message, not like slap me in the face with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're slowly approaching the hour mark though. So, dab, 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 dab. Uh, so it's like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And you
This
know
feels
what?
this feels like a good place to, wrap it up.
Yeah. So just hand
Wrap,
me
wrap.
a ribbon and a tie, and I'll wrap it up really
I
nicely.
got your tie right here, baby.
Yeah.
Right. So, so yeah, this has been the 7th. I probably got that
You
wrong.
said it earlier this episode, Aaron. My
Sure.
gosh.
It's the carbon dioxide, and I can actually still say it. But anyway, this has been the
Yay.
7th episode of this can of worm. This is This has been the 7th Can of Worms episode of the Save It for the podcast. If you have any questions, we have documents that are linked in the description below. And if you want to contact us, our email is once again in the description below. This is on YouTube, and we are on YouTube and SoundCloud.
My goodness.
And am I missing anything? Something? Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. And don't forget to
like, comment, share, and subscribe.
And
wait, subscribe is Mac does its thing. Sorry, Mac.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Oh shit!
Tell Aaron. Don't tell Aaron.
Anyways.
Anyways.
Who? What?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And,
yeah.
Make sure to finish chapters 1, 2, 3.
Yep. You're going to be receiving a worksheet on Canvas.
Yeah. And make sure to check the grade book and make sure that we have everything in there.
Yeah, there you go. Steve, you're failing the... sorry.
Yeah, we're calling you out. Steve.
We're calling you out, Steve.
Do your goddamn homework.
See us after class, Steve.
Yeah. And with that...
We got to increase the class average, Steve. How's that for a Black Mirror episode? Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And with that,
we love you.
Yeah, c'est la vie. C'est la vie.
C'est la vie.